Yo guys, what is up everyone, Retro Gamer Chris here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to fix a Nintendo 64 analog stick. Now what I mean by fix is the N64 controller can get really loose and wobbly, and before it used to be sticking up straight and then it'll start to sink down a bit. So I'm going to be showing you how to fix that. Now, a regular or a fixed and perfectly fine analog stick, if you move, it will there will be resistance. So whenever you push, there will be resistance going back on you when you push, which is what you want. But when you have a loose analog stick, there's no resistance at all, which makes it a bit unresponsive. Here are the tools you're going to be needing. Phillips head screwdriver, because you're gonna need to get the screws off of the N64. You'll need a pair of scissors, and then some Scotch tape or plumber's tape. Plumber's tape works the best with this, but Scotch tape also does. The reason we're gonna be using Scotch tape is to thicken the joystick. Now, the reason this does tend to get loose is because there are little bearings inside of the N64 controller, and as you use it a lot, it starts to wear down all the plastic. You can kind of see some, that's not dirt in there, that's plastic dust, as you can see, all up in there. And I'm sorry that I have a frozen band-aid. That's the only band-aid we have in the house. I kind of slit my finger when I was doing dishes. As you can see, there's dust getting on my finger. Ooh. But yeah, that's just plastic dust. Alright, so we're gonna start. So this is what you're gonna want to do for preparation. Untangle the wire. Alright, so I'll quickly turn on my lights, because you're gonna want to have lights when you're doing this. There are 9 screws in total, 2 right here, another 2 right here, 1, 2 over here, and you want to take off any memory pack out. There are 2 in there, hold up, yeah, you can see. Alright, now get your screwdriver. You're going to want to unscrew Alright, so I got all the screws off. Now, you're gonna want a place to store your screws. I put it on this foam Tampa Bay Lightning, the Pocky Puck Go Lightning. Now, lift off the back shell, and I'm gonna put it there for now. Alright, so here we are. We are inside the N64 controller. Just get these R&L sticks out the way. Don't worry, we will put them back. So here we are. This is the module. All right, here's the joystick. And I also forgot to mention, you are gonna need alcohol wipes, because we're gonna need to get the plastic off of stuff. Now, what you're gonna want to do is just right here's the Z button. You're gonna want to lift that off. Hold up. Careful not to break anything. So be extremely gentle when removing this. There we go. The pads came out. If the pads come out, just put them back in their hole, and boom. Now there are 3 screws. You're going to want to get that out with a screwdriver, so I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Seems they don't want to come out. Come on, boy.
There we go. Alright, make sure to put the screws on your holder once again. Don't worry, it won't get mixed with those since, as you can see, the ones for the analog stick are silver, the one for the controller are like dark.
So if I'm breathing heavily, I usually do that when I focus.
Alright, and there we go. Now you should be able to lift the analog stick out, just like that. Now you're going to want to get your fingernail, because there's a little connector right there. Get a fingernail or some tweezers and just pry that out. Be careful, unlike what I did. I was a bit clumsy there. Now this should come out easily, but mine is having a hard time getting out. I have no clue why. These are supposed to be easy to get out. Looks like this one doesn't want to come out. But yeah, you just want to get that connector off. It's okay if like it does get a bit scratched, because you know, doesn't mess with the wiring. I'll be right back. I'm gonna try to get this off. Alright, I finally got the connector out. Now you can actually lift the joystick off, just like that. Put the controller to the side, because from here on out we're just going to be focusing on the analog stick. As you can see, it's very loose, but don't worry, we're going to be taking care of the looseness of the analog stick. Now you are going to want to get out this screw right here. Now you're going to want to be careful. You don't want to be pressing down ever so lightly, but well, not super light, but you want to have a little bit of pressure, not too much, so you can try pop out the screw, because there is a spring in the analog stick and then it will just pop out. So I'm gonna zoom in on it real quick, and then not gonna speed up. Just gonna, you want to be careful. You don't want to strip the screw, because it can get stripped. So just unscrew it. Once again, be careful not to strip it. Now I have a risk of stripping it because I'm using a large Phillips head screwdriver, but you know, it still works. And that should come off. Oh, as you can see, that's actually the controller dust. I just started seeing that come out. Look, that's all the controller dust that's in there. Oh, jeez. I'll move that away from my controller. Oh, dang. Holy crap. Okay, it seems mine has been worn out quite a bit. As you can see, it's just coming out. There we go. It should be able to come off. No? Crap, that's a lot of controller dust. God. Dang, that's a lot coming out. Now, it shouldn't be coming out when you open it, but it looks like it just keeps on coming. This is probably worn down a lot. Alright, so it shouldn't be falling out, but mine must have a lot. So it's been falling out. Now you're going to want to gently release these clips right here. So you want to get these clips off so you can take off. Oh, there we go. Gently. There we go. Now here. Oh. Jesus. Look how dirty this is. Holy crap. Like, this is extremely dirty. Now, the reason you want to hold it because mine just started coming out. Because how much pressure was under and it got onto my chip. But if it gets onto your chip, just blow that away. There we go. Usually all the dust gets into there, which it did. And this is where your bearing is. Okay, put that to the side. I'm super dusty. Hold up, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, I just got a wet napkin, so if ever I get dust on my hands, I'll just wipe it. Alright, so you're going to want to go ahead and get an alcohol wipe, and you're going to want to clean the bowl. So, just like that. Just going to want to clean out the bowl. See, that's all the dust. Just clean it out. Just wipe it. That should be good. Alright. Bowl should. Okay, you need to clean it actually a bit more. There we go. Alright, okay. If you want to be careful that screw doesn't fall out. So I'm going to put that somewhere else and put it like right there. Somewhere where I'll be looking at all the time. Alright. Now you do want to be careful, this can fall out. So just make sure you don't have it face down, because that's just what happened to me. Alright, so now this is what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to twist this bearing to where it pops out just like, ooh. Yeah, you guys are going to want to press that or else it'll just pop out like that. Put that there. Take off the spring. The loop. That right there. And now here we are. We're at the analog stick. So you can see it right here. Dust is coming out. Alright. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of wear. Like that. So here we are. The part that wears is right there. And at the little oval part right there. So that's where you're going to want to be. Now this is where the tape comes in. Alright, so real quick, this is how the component is supposed to work. So as you can see, the bearing, it also wears down, as you can see. So whenever the analog stick is in it, you want an immediate push. Now my bearing actually isn't worn down that much. It's worn down a bit, but basically you want an immediate push. My joystick has to move upwards a bit, like the plastic part, which it should just be an immediate push, just like that when it's being played. So when you go down, it's like, oh hey, it's going down, it's going up. So yeah. That's basically how this works, but then it gets loose, and then it's harder or it has to rise up a bit more to be able to move the joystick. Now, real quick, we're gonna get alcohol wipe again. You're gonna want to clean the joystick. So we're about to apply tape to the joystick, the analog stick. And you don't want plastic all over. Oh, this one's dry now. Let me get another. But yeah, you're gonna want to clean all the components. Now you could just deep clean the N64 controller, but I don't have this stuff to be able to deep clean it. Go. Put the analog stick over there. We're gonna clean bearing, this bearing. Bit. Again, just get an alcohol wipe. Just wipe it down. There we go. And where's the other bearing? Right here. And just gonna clean it. Oh crap. Fell on all that plastic. Now there might actually be a bit of dirt in it if like your fingers get dirty, because they can see through the cracks of the analog stick module. There we go. And now I'm just gonna clean this loop real quick. Just tap it. There we go. That should be everything all cleaned up. Alright, now you're gonna want to go to your Scotch tape. Let me find the end of it. Alright, so now let's attach the tape to the analog stick. Now what this is supposed to do, it's supposed to substitute the absence of the plastic that wore down over there. So here it is. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Come on. Okay, never mind. Oh well, I'm show you guys. See, but basically you're gonna get a pretty thin piece of Scotch tapes or plumber's tape, whatever tape. Not duct tape though. Just go to the Scotch tape. Let's see. That should be good. Because I don't have the exact measurements. See if we can get this. Alright, so let's go. Yeah, there we go. We got the exact size. Now you're just gonna wrap this around just like that. Take your other piece and wrap it around just like that. And there you go. Now that we got that wrapped around, I'm gonna go to a bearing right here. So as you can see, if I pull this, it's very nice and snug. It should not have a problem. But now you're gonna wanna go back to your controller right here. Oh, so take the bearing out. You're gonna put the analog stick inside, just like that. Get your spring, your loop. Okay. So once you have that assembled, basically you push down the spring and then you get that, As you can see, it's very nice and tight. It's not going to be like that because right now you're not able to move it. Now you're going to get your next component, and you're just going to lay it down just like that. See if we can get it in there. Try the other way around. There we go. Alright, now that you got that, you're going to want to go back to your analog stick right here, and you're going to want to get another piece of tape. Once again, you're going to want this way more thin. So get your scissors, if I can find mine, right there. You're going to want to get a very thin piece. This one's a bit more tricky to be able to try to do. So you're going to want to get a way more thin piece. So let me see if I can get it. There we go, that should be good. Once again, very thin piece. And then you're gonna wrap it around the rectangle part. Alright, so you just wrap it around like that, around the little rectangle part. You can kind of see the tape. Alright guys, you're gonna want to make sure, major key component, to know, that the little ball piece is at the top, which is right there, and the gear is at the bottom of the analog stick. Now, you're gonna take your bowl, and you're gonna just put them in the gears just like that. The gear piece right there, the little ball right there. Now, take it, and you're just gonna push it down. You're gonna wanna clip it. If I can, if it'll allow me. So you're gonna want to get the clips back in. Hey everyone, voiceover Chris here. Now the reason my analog stick wasn't snapping in was because, like I said, you have to have the biggest bearing in the analog stick bowl and the smallest bearing on where the analog stick sits. If you have the small stick where the analog bowl is, it's not going to snap on, and it's just going to resist it. That's why it wasn't snapping in. Alright, got it in. Now guys, just so you know, the biggest bearing goes or gear goes in the bowl. The small one is for the top of the analog stick, so just keep that in mind. Now, as you can see, I have a much more stiff. Once you have to screw it in though. So let me get my screw for that. If I go ahead and I put the screw into the hole. Just screw it in. Still need to screw in a bit more. there we go. Now you see I have a much more stiff analog stick. It will still be a bit more droopy. I mean, well, not droopy, but as you can see, it's a bit more resistant. It's not droopy, it's straight. Alright, so there we go. We have a much better analog stick. Now, also, it actually depends on the tape you have. Mine isn't like Scotch brand, so it may so the tape you're using may vary. Scotch tape, which is the clear tape, it will still be a little bit more droopy, but plumber's tape works the best. So I'd recommend plumber's tape doing this. So alright guys, here now I'm going to take the analog stick, and I'm just going to raise the camera a bit. Alright guys, take the analog stick, put it there. Then you can clip the Z button back on, so let me go ahead and do that. Just like that. Let me just put the padding back on. Because that's how the button works. You need the padding for that to work. And then you can clip this back in. Alright guys, before you screw the casing back up, you're going to want to, because remember how we had silver screws we had to take out, you want to put those back in before you screw up, or you screw the shell back on. Now again, results may vary on, just in case, I already said this, but remember, results may vary on your analog stick repair. Mine, it repaired quite nicely. It's way better than it was before. It's a little bit droopy. Well, it's actually quite straight, but there's not as much as resistance. There's way more resistance. There's a lot more resistance and more resistance. Well, and even there is resistance in it, but my resistance, it's a little bit loose still. But no, I don't know how to speak today. There's also it will slightly move for me with no pressure, but ever so slightly. But it's really firm on there, and it's actually tight. I'm not speeding this part up, so I can, because I was explaining you guys some stuff. My hands are shaking. This always happens when I'm working with screws. And this is actually my first refurb video or repair tutorial, so that's quite nice. It's not the best tutorial for repair, but I'll get better at it. So yeah. Alright, there we go. The shell is back in. The analog stick is back in. Now, finally, okay, so there's some poles that this is gonna have to go to. You can see there's two right there, and there's that right there. So you're gonna wanna see there's poles sticking out right there. Just gonna, oh crap, hold up, put that back on. Come on. But yeah, your hands might get shaky while doing this. That's just you being careful with controller, and that's a good thing. So I'm not sure anyone wants to break their N64 controller, especially if that's their only one, or if it's a controller like this, the Atomic Purple. Right. There we go. clamp it back on. Apply ever so slightly pressure. See if you can get the poles snapped in. They should already be snapped in. Now, here's the part where you screw in the joystick. So I'm gonna go ahead and screw it in. The most difficult part about screwing it back in is those two screws right there. So yeah, you guys, that part might take a bit. So I'm gonna go try to do that right now, because I need to be able to see it. So I'm gonna go on my bed and try to do it. A way to be able to get the screw into there is with a pair of tweezers. So get a pair of tweezers and then can try to get into the hole. Once it's in the hole, try to make no contact at all and just get the screwdriver onto it. Alright everyone, I just finished screwing in the final screw, and there you go guys, there you have it. You have a nice repaired stiff, an N64 analog stick. I really hope this helped you out. Sorry if my instructions were a bit unclear. This is my first time ever doing a repair tutorial and video, and it took me about an hour. It should take quicker, but it usually takes like 15 minutes, but it took me an hour because like I was trying to get the analog stick in, but then I forgot that the big bearing goes into the bowl, and the little bearing goes with the analog stick. So there you go, guys. You guys can go ahead. I need to clean up my desk. This is the aftermath. You can go ahead, get your super memory card or whatever. And there you go, guys. You have fully working stiff N64 analog stick. Now, real quick, we're just gonna go test the analog stick. So, I'm gonna go ahead and put a Nintendo 64 game, turn on the TV, and then controller, plug it in, port 1, turn on the game. And there we go. Start button works. Now let's try analog stick. As you can see, it works. As you can see, it ain't droopy and it's way more responsive. Buttons work, so you guys don't have to worry about the buttons being broken. The Z button works. So yeah, whenever you fix it, just make sure it works. If the Z button's not working, that's probably because you may have been a bit too harsh on the connector, or the padding isn't attached, because you need that padding. So yeah, there we go, guys. I hope this helped you. Sorry if my instructions were a bit unclear. It's my first time doing a tutorial on the repair. I'm hoping to do more tutorials and also just some repair videos of me repairing stuff, like my Game Boy Color, that speaker doesn't work. But my dad might actually do that because I don't know how to use a soldering iron. I'll have to learn that from him. See you guys. Thank you for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. See ya.